Welcome to the Dankest Dungeon. Today we're going to be doing a rematch with these Final Fantasy commanders. Let's get right into the game. Hey, it's Jason. I am back again with Kefka, the court mage. I'm going to make people discard some cards, I'm going to draw a bunch of cards, and then hopefully I'm going to flip it over and become God.
Hey everybody, we're back. I've been told that I probably shouldn't have built this deck since he does stuff with towns, the Wandering Minstrel, and I only have one town in this deck, so
Good morning, everyone. It's Jackson, back again playing Tidus, Blitzball star. All the nerds around Tidus are investigating, looking for clues, probably doing something very important. Meanwhile, Tidus is just throwing stuff around. We'll see if it's effective.
Hey, I'm Brent. I'm back playing Gogo. Hopefully we can do some fun activated abilities and triggered abilities and make our opponents not like us.
yeah, let's get this junk over with.
All right, everybody, in game two, let's roll again. I got an 11.
3.
Six.
Can you not? Okay, cool. Let's go. Square up, son.
All right. Yeah, I got a 4.
Yeah, let's go.
Jason had the worst odds because he was either going first or last.
I will keep this.
I will also keep this.
Nope.
I'm going to put this back.
I don't have any non-Final Fantasy 14 legendary creatures in this deck.
You're not even playing like Azusa?
No, because she's a legendary creature not from Final Fantasy. So I had to get creative. It's fine.
I can keep this.
Yeah, this is fine. I'll keep it.
Excellent. I will draw my card for the turn. Not sure. All right, I'll play that. It is a luscious portico. I'm going to surveil one. Put this Arid Mace into my graveyard. And I'll pass.
I'm gonna play this Fable Passage.
Holy shit.
He's out here fighting the mic.
Going crazy over here.
for it.
I'll pass the turn.
I'll start off strong with a basic island, and I'll pass the turn.
I'm going to draw. I'll play a Raucous Theater and surveil one. I'll keep that on top. Go ahead.
Untap, draw. Basic island. We will cast our commander, the Wandering Minstrel. Lands I control enter untapped. That is all he does. I'll pass.
Yeah. On the end of your turn, I'll crack my Fable Passage. Cracking Fable Passage to fetch an island, it will enter tapped. Untap, upkeep, and draw. I will play a Plains, and then pass turn.
I will draw. I will play an Academy Ruins. Tap for 2 to play a tapped Sky Diamond. Pass the turn.
I'm going to untap and draw. I'm going to play a Command Tower. Pay 2 for a Talisman of Curiosity.
Neat.
Pass turn.
Draw a Flooded Strand, and I will activate it. Alright, I'm going to play Underground Sewers. It will come into play untapped because my commander is baller. I will surveil. He can stay there. I will cast Demonic Tutor. This guy probably seems fine.
One game changer down.
Brent, take this one. I'll pass.
I will untap. I'll play the Rogue's Passage return. Then I will pay 3 from my commander. Tidus, Blitzball star. 2/1. Whenever an artifact enters under my control, I put a +1/+1 counter on Tidus, and whenever he attacks, I tap a target creature an opponent controls. Go.
We will play 1 Strip Mine, and then we will pay 4 for a Thran Dynamo. And then we will tap Thran Dynamo for a Lightning Greaves. Pass the turn.
I'll untap and draw. I will play a Flooded Strand. I will pass the turn. Are you enjoying our content? Want to help support the show? Consider joining our Patreon for some dank benefits, including access to our full deck list, voting privileges for polls, shoutouts at the end of our videos, and more. Don't want to give us any money? We get it. Subscribing to the channel, liking our videos, and commenting down below also help as well, and are totally free. Thank you so much everyone for your support. Let's get back to the video.
3 mana. Dryad of the Elysian Grove. You may play an additional land on each of your turns. Lands you control are every basic land type in addition to their other types. I'm going to play this Sheltered Thicket untapped. And then I'm going to play this Scalding Tarn. And then I'm going to go to combat. Jason, you can take this one. This dude is giving everybody a taste of this harp. I'll pass.
Island for turn. I will pay 4 for this Ethereal Investigator. 2/3 flying. When it enters, I investigate X times or X number of opponents that I have. 3 times. Make 3 clues. And then whenever I draw my second card, each turn I make a 1/1 spirits. 3 artifacts enter the board. I put 3 counters on Tidus. Jason, 5.
Them hands.
Pass turn.
I will cast my commander. Gogo. He has XX, tap, copy target activated or triggered ability. You control X times. You may choose new targets for the copy. This ability can't be copied, and X can't be 0. I will go to move Greaves to him.
Yeah, that's fine.
Land for turn. Prismatic Vista. Sack the Prismatic Vista. Copy the activated ability 2 times.
I'll respond.
Bro's got a Stifle.
There is a Stifle in this deck. However, it is not in my hand. Meticulous Archive will come into play untapped because my commander is baller, and I will have a Surveil trigger. I can stay. All right, whatever.
Okay. 1 for the original, 2 for the 2 copies. They'll go find 3 basic islands.
Stop looking over here.
Posture Mech. I'll have it enter as a copy of the thing that makes the clues, so I will get 3 clues as well. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I will pass the turn.
End your turn. I'm just going to flash in Fairy Mastermind. I'm going to sack Flooded Strand. I'll grab a Thundering Falls, and then I will Surveil 1. That's fine to stay on top.
But yours enters tapped like a scrub.
It does, yeah. So that's
Your
okay.
commander's not baller.
Commander's not baller.
It's untapping right now. We're good. I'll draw this card. I'm going to play a Training Center for turn. I'm going to pay 5 for Kefka. Kefka, Court Mage. When he enters, everyone will discard a card. And then I draw a card for each card type of these cards discarded. And he also does that when he attacks. I got a creature.
Land.
Instant.
Man,
I will draw 3 cards.
your mama
That's it.
sacrifices what?
Oh,
Wait a minute.
so his ultimate ability is pay 8 at sorcery speed. Each opponent sacks a permanent of their choice, and then he flips into Kefka, Ruler of Ruin. 5/7 flying. Whenever an opponent loses life during my turn, I draw that many cards.
Okay, cool. You can gain 4 life.
Already? At least let him hang out for a minute.
Nah,
Okay.
He is not baller.
he is not baller, so he can take his clowny self back to the command zone.
He can't hang with the gang.
I'll gain 4.
All right, I'm gonna cast this Urban Evolution. Draw 3 cards. I can play an additional land.
Hell yeah. What a card.
Trigger.
Yeah,
Trigger Fairy Deer.
triggers
I'll
your
draw a
dude,
card.
play this Verdant Catacomb, and I'll activate it. I will get this Tangled Islet, but it comes into play untapped. Jason, get this one. 1/3 coming at you. Block.
You know, if it didn't have 3 toughness, I would.
Okay, land for turn. Hedge Maze. I will Surveil. That is fine. I'm gonna delve these 6 cards away. I'm gonna cast Dig Through Time. Look at the top 7 cards of your library. Put 2 of them into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library. I'll pass the turn.
Untap. Draw. I'm gonna pay a white for this Esper Sentinel. Whenever you cast your first non-creature spell each turn, I draw a card unless you pay X, where X is Esper Sentinel's power. Tidus will get a counter. Pay a blue for Hard Evidence. I make a 0/3 crab and investigate. Clue, 1 more counter on Tidus. Brent
Yeah.
for 7. Then I will pass turn.
Draw for turn. 1, 2, 3. Trinket Mage. When Trinket Mage enters the battlefield, I may search my library for mana cost 1 or less. I will copy the ETB twice to go find 3 1-drop artifacts
Or less.
or less. My 3 tutors, to nobody's surprise. Soul Ring, Voltaic Key, and the Millennium Calendar. We'll start with a Soul Ring paying the 1.
Oh,
Then we will do the Voltaic Key, using the 1 floating to cast Millennium Calendar, using this 1 to then untap Thran Dynamo. Land for turn, Bazavith, and I'll be passing the turn.
I'm going to untap and draw. Play an Urza Saga as my land for turn. It'll get a counter. Pay 2 mana for a Harmonic Prodigy. It's a 1/3 with prowess. If an ability of a shaman or a wizard I control triggers, it triggers an additional time. Pay 1 blue for a Mystic Remora.
you gonna pay the 1?
Yeah, sure. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you have to pay 4 colorless mana or I draw a card. I'll go ahead and pass the turn.
We'll cast Chain of Vapor, targeting Mystic Remora.
I feel picked on. Trigger Mystic Remora.
Yeah, you can draw your card.
Are you gonna sack a land to copy that?
Me? No.
I'm gonna cast Nature's Lore. I'm gonna cast Scape Shift. Sacrifice any number of lands. Search your library for up to that many land cards and put them onto the battlefield tapped. Then shuffle your library.
In response, Arcane Denial.
That's fine. I'll pass.
I will draw an additional 1 for Arcane Denial, and then 1 for turn.
Sir.
Oh, you're drawing cards. You're both drawing cards. Trigger my fairy on both y'all.
I drew my 2nd card this turn, so Ethereal Investigator will trigger, and I will make a 1/1 Flying Spirits.
Sure.
Planes for turn. 2, 3 for a Nettle Cyst. Living Weapon. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact or enchantment I control. Tidus will get a counter. Combat. Corbin, let's share the love.
Sure.
8. Pass turn.
3 mana. I will sack a clue. Draw a card. Go to my turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 10. 11. Millennium Count is currently at 11. And then I will draw for turn. 2 mana, and I will activate. If there are 1,000 more counters on Millennium Calendar, sacrifice it, and each opponent loses 1,000 life.
So I just set to gain infinite life.
Yeah.
Okay, Jason.
Can someone help me out with that?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, down to 9, up to 12. Activate for X equals 6, targeting Millennium Calendar to go up to 1,408.
Huh. I'm going to pay 2 for an Orcish Bowmaster. I'm going to make an Orc army.
Nice.
All right. I'll lose 1,000 life.
I will also lose 1,000.
I will also lose 1,000 life.
Wow.
Dude, I did it.
That was
I won
very-
with Millennium Calendar.
And Brent is able to beat us all again with the Millennium Calendar. So if you're wondering why we were kind of surprised by it this time, this was actually the first game we played. But it was so short that I went ahead and put the other longer game as the first game. But in the end, Brent actually did beat us twice with the Millennium Calendar. Hope you enjoyed that. See y'all next time. Thanks, patrons, especially Jacob M, Paul K, Jared R, Matt Heddermage CJ, Jared N, and Kaylin. And thank you to the rest of our patrons as well.